So episode 1 for season 2 of The Last of Us came out on Sunday. I have watched it twice now, just once by myself and once with friends. So I'm just going to give, my quick thoughts on the episode. I'm most likely not going to do an episode-to-episode video. I'm going to give it a little bit to kind of build. So I'll do like a mid-season video and then my thoughts at the end of the season. But for an opening to season 2, I thought it was a really good episode. We do get a little bit of action. We introduce new characters like Dina, who's going to be a big character in the season. And we kind of get caught up with Joel and Ellie of where they are. Oh, and also introduce Abby and that storyline. So for episode 1, I feel like it was a good opening. It wasn't too fast. It let kind of how everything is now be explained and settle. My main worry, because I looked it up, is there's only going to be 7 episodes in this season, which is 2 less than last season. And my main complaint about season 1 was the ending felt a bit rushed. The last episode, we spent half of the episode getting kind of the backstory to why Ellie is immune, and then the other half is Joel saving Ellie and that, and it just felt like it was a bit rushed. We weren't given the time to really care about the Fireflies that Joel was taking out, and it just kind of, you had the emotion between Joel and Ellie, but it was like Joel. It was the thing of they've been killing people on the entire trip there, so it was just like, okay, he's just killing more people to save her. It didn't have, at least for me, it didn't have the same weight of the ending the game had. Like, these are the people that are trying to save the world, and they're doing it at any cost. And Joel has to make the hard choice to kill them to save Ellie because he knows, like, he doesn't want her to die. It's not so much that he knows it won't work, it's that he just knows it's gonna kill her. So my main worry for season 2 is it's gonna be fast. The one thing that I'm hoping is that they don't do the entire second game in season 2. I hope they break it up between season 2 and 3. Because I believe they have said they are not going to do their own story past season or the second game. They're gonna finish the second game story and that's gonna be it, unless they come out with new stuff. Not to say you can't do the whole story of the second game in one season, because I looked it up. The main story is only about 23-25 hours. So you can do it, but then it might not have the same weight as if you let it sit, because in the games, unless you rush the story, you have time for you doing other things for those major story points to hit. Whereas if they just go, okay, the main story is 23 hours, so like they have 7 hours to do a 23-hour story. Would it be done? Yeah. It wouldn't be good though. So my hope is that they break it into 2 seasons, because there are some good points in the second game that you can break the story in a season break. So yeah, my main worry is that they rush it too much. That they go, okay, we got 7 episodes of story, let's do the story and get it done. Because there are so many big story beats that you can't rush in the second game and have the story hit as hard as it did. And the fact that they expanded on the first season, they expanded on the story and did 9 episodes, and I still felt like the last episode was a bit rushed. That, yeah, hopefully, I don't think they've made an announcement or anything about it. I haven't seen anything, but hopefully they split the second game into 2 seasons, because, like I said, there are multiple ways I can think of that you could do it, that you could break, like, mid-game, and then do another season for the last part of the second game. Because episode 1 is essentially what I would consider the prologue to the game. Like, you're introducing new characters, you're showing what has happened since the second game, and then after what I'm assuming will be the ending to the next episode, a big event, the game starts for real. At least for me, that's how I felt with the second game, is that currently we're in the prologue. So if they do 2 episodes of the prologue, that gives them 5 episodes to do the entire story of the second game. It would just feel too rushed. Like, even though in the first season, in the first game, there were a bunch of groups to introduce, you didn't really hang around with them because they were constantly moving. In the second game, there are 3 or 4 different groups that are constantly interacting with each other, and you don't really leave. You do go kind of different places, but you don't really leave. So I don't know how they're going to do it, but my hope is that they don't try to rush it, because that would be the worst part. And my friend even made a joke of because Pedro Pascal was in Game of Thrones, and I believe he's a producer on this, is that hopefully they learn the lesson from Game of Thrones and they don't try to rush the story. They let it kind of build and settle and give you time with the characters. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the first episode. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comments. And like I said, I am going to most likely do a mid-season video, kind of my thoughts on the first couple episodes. That would be probably after episode 4. I would say I'll do it because yeah, I feel like with this kind of being the prologue, setting everything up, give it 3 more episodes, do a mid-season like thought and review, and then then after the next 3 episodes, I'll do the season recap of how I felt about the season. But until next time, thanks for watching.